Let's talk about the weather, right? I made a video about this a while ago saying how they literally put it in front of your faces saying what was going to happen and what was going to go through during these sequence of events of days to come, right? They told you during those shots, those injectors, right? They told you naming it Nimbus, right? I think that's what it was called. That and by them naming it Nimbus, there was gonna be unpredictable weather patterns and also storms that you wouldn't even expect to happen. And all you have to do is look up what Nimbus means. And I mean, like, it'd be 40 degrees, 30 degrees, and it'd be cold. It'd be feeling like it's in the negatives. And I remember years ago back, it was in the negatives. It was cold, yeah, but it wasn't as cold as it is right now. I mean, like, it's cold. It's really cold. And then you find out that the only reason why it's cold like this is because of the clouds. It's because of that nimbus, right? They send these clouds into the atmosphere, into the air, and it carries a cold breeze within the airwaves. So now we're going to talk a little deep, right? These clouds, right, that they make, that they produce, and then send up into the sky or whatnot, right? It produces and has ice crystals within it, in which it materializes into a physical form, right? And then once it materializes, it carries through the airways, and it sends cold breeze. It makes the breeze cold, and then now you're sick, right? Your nose is running, you're coughing, you're congested, all over the place. You don't know what's going on. You feel lightheaded. You feel your head is hurting. I mean, like, what happens when something is cold, right? It's unable to function, right? It's not, all of its properties is not as working as it used to, right? That's what happens when it gets cold outside. When they send these clouds in the sky, you're not able to function properly. You're not able to think right. And now you're more worried about, oh, I'm freezing, I'm cold, I'm shivering, instead of like being that glow that gets sent out as you walk. Something that's cold, something that's ice is meant to contain. And so whenever you hear something about, oh, ice this or ice that, just know it has to do with containment. And whatever they're containing, they don't want to get out. They don't want to release. And so they are the ones who are truly in worry or in fear. Who could say this cold, this ice, it does contain you. It contains your feelings, your emotions. It keeps you bound and not able to think straight. So that's basically what it is doing. So once you start to break down terms that they give you, you start to realize, oh, they're telling truths right in front of our own faces. All you have to do is connect the dots and figure out what are they trying to tell us, or what truth in plain sight are they telling us. And family, we don't have days where it was suddenly hot and we was all outside, we was all thriving, we was bumping, right? But now it gets cold, no one's outside, and now the weather's all gloomy and dull. And so you see what's happening, right? They're really trying hard to keep us inside, and so we don't go out and connect. Like, family, in my earlier years, right, I really thought I could tank the cold. Now I'm like, yo, this it's not the same cold that I used to be going through, right? This shit different. Anyways, just look up at the sky, right? You'll see on days when it's sunny, at night they begin to spray the skies all over, and then it gets all dim and darker. And then the next morning you wake up, it's all cloudy or whatnot. And that's how they predict the weather and all of this and that, because they know what days they're going to spray the clouds with. And that's why certain predictions is now not coming true. It's now all over the place because they can no longer keep on with what they're doing. So they amplified it, right? It's that cold that makes you do shoulder shrugs, that make you get a whole back workout because you constantly going up and down with your shoulders because you shivering, you freezing. Besides that, right, not only the clouds, not only the cold, but the rain to further cool down the planet. And all you have to do is realize how, like, in 2022, right, it was hot in October, it was hot in November, and now we in this year, right, 2026. It's cold and hot, but it's back and forth. And you just gotta notice these patterns and within these years. It's all different, and I'm noticing it. I noticed the days when it was supposed to be cold and it's hot. I noticed as the years went by, snow went away. Snow was not coming, and it was not coming at its usual timing, you feel me? Because we know that time is not real, but it wasn't occurring like it used to. So family, I'm gonna end it off like this, right? Notice the patterns, right? Notice the patterns that go all around, because once you notice these inconsistencies, right, you begin to warp through or phase through the illusion. And all of a sudden, none of what is said doesn't affect you. None of the lies affect you. You only see truth. You only reclaim back your own powers to your own self and able to see the functions and how everything works and your own self as well. But with that being said, family, I love you all vibrating high. Continue vibrating high. Peace and Ashe.